So I was just telling the story of the gloopy creatures I saw in the playground when I was a kid. You know that one?
Yes.
Has anything scary ever happened to you? Well, not scary. I'm saying like... Well, firstly, Phil, do you believe in ghosts?
I do now, thanks to my story that I'll tell you. I didn't used to, really.
So you're saying you didn't used to believe in the paranormal?
No.
But thanks to a story you're about to tell us...
Yes, it converted me.
Okay.
To the paranormal ways.
Okay, well, we have a choice of...
I want the X-Files.
Tubular Bells, Candyman theme, X-Files.
X-Files.
X-Files, okay.
Oh, that's spooky. Okay. I need to get into my spooky self, right?
Okay, this is totally serious.
No, it's a serious story. Okay. There is an island off the coast of the UK.
Don't tell it like that.
I'm just building up this...
Okay.
Yeah. Called the Isle of Man. Anyway, my parents bought an apartment on this island, which is quite old. I think it's from the 17th century or something. Been there since the rocks were made by Jesus. And they had some good times in the apartment. I stayed over sometimes, but in the room that I stayed in, I always got this strange feeling. I don't know what it was, just like a strange feeling in my heart in the night. You're looking so skeptical, Dan.
No, you said you got a strange feeling in your heart at the night, and I'm like, I already don't like where this is going.
No, so I just felt very weird in this apartment, and I never felt comfortable, and I just felt a bit strange. Anyway, around that time, I'd gone home, my parents were still staying there. My dad kept having this dream of this woman with long white hair standing at the end of the bed, and he just thought it was a dream.
Your dad kept having a dream of a woman with long white hair?
He had it like 3 times.
Okay.
But then one time he woke up in the middle of the night and she was stood there at the edge of his bed, staring at him with these dead eyes, just looking at him. I think mainly looking at his feet.
So your dad woke up and he at least thought that
he thought
this woman was
But then
actually
he went to wake my mum up and he was like, Catherine, wake up, there's a woman. And then she was gone. This happened 3 more times to my dad, and we thought he was going mental.
Yeah, I feel sorry for your mum if your dad kept waking her up, going, "There's a freaking old lady at the end of the bed." Oh,
anyway, then my mum and dad gave the keys to the apartment to my auntie, who wanted to stay there for a holiday. She stayed there, everything was cool, and then we didn't tell her about this because we didn't want to freak her out, but when she came back...
Yeah, you wouldn't tell someone, would you?
When she came back, my mum was like, "So, did you feel or see anything weird while you were in the apartment?" And she said, "Yes. One night I woke up and I thought there was a woman with long white hair stood at the end of my bed."
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. No one told her about this ghost thing, and she saw the same thing my dad had seen. So that's converted my family. Anyway, luckily we have a priest in the family, so we had an exorcism.
You got the apartment exorcised?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And since then, there's been no ghostly activity. We blessed the house.
So your dad and your auntie completely
separately saw this weird ghost thing.
And then you... Okay, right.
It wasn't really an exorcism, it was more of a blessing.
But you actually... Your parents actually made a priest bless the house?
Yes. We had holy water on the walls, and we replaced the bed.
That would freak me out more.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
If the priest came into my house, I started holy watering on the walls, I'd be like, well, fucking, I'm burning this house down.
Yeah. So that's my scary story, and that convinced me that ghosts could be real.
Well, that's kind of a bit freaky, actually. Has anything happened to you, personally?
Apparently I used to talk to a chair all the time. But that just may have been that I was a strange child.
Yeah,
but
okay, that's pretty freaky.
I used to be like, "Mum, there's a man in the chair." And she'd be like, "This..."
I bet that was you just having fun, but then your mum was fucking freaking out. Oh God, I have a demon child.
Damien!
Talking to the goat sitting in the chair.
Yeah, and so that was also a bit weird. So I might have been possessed as a child. I could... What is this music now?
Change to something slightly more upbeat now that the story's ended.
Like a disco.